The following is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
Twice this season, the Duke Blue Devils have been on the brink of a major upset. With just under 3 minutes remaining, Adam Smith brought the Blue Devils to within 5 points of Virginia. 2 weeks later, an even closer call against the Wolfpack. They escaped with a 2-point victory after a missed Duke field goal. Today, the Blue Devils hope to spoil the day for Clemson. The Tigers quest to win at least 2 more games. That makes them bowl eligible. Clemson comes to town with a balanced attack. Mr. Excitement, Derek Hamilton leads the league in all-purpose yards. He's a threat to go long anytime he's on the field. The Tigers boast the #2 defense in the conference. Leading them, Brian Mance, who's intercepted a pass in his last 3 games. The Blue Devils are looking for the upset. The Tigers a bowl bid. It's Duke hosting Clemson next.
Touchdown, Duke! Touchdown, Florida State! Touchdown, Georgia Tech! Hook and ladder! Hook and ladder! And the pack takes the lead. Touchdown, Wake Forest!
You couldn't build a better day than what we have here. A slight breeze, temperatures in the 50s, not a cloud in the sky. And welcome as Citgo presents ACC football from Jefferson Pilot Sports. A series dominated by the Clemson Tigers, but the Duke Blue Devils feel they have a very good chance this afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Martin here along with Doc Walker. One of the reasons they feel they have a good chance is that for the first time in a long time, Duke's got a ground game that you must respect not only from one back, but 2.
Well, you really have to, it starts with the offensive line, and the offensive line gets the pleasure of blocking for 2 guys that can get the job done. Wade and Douglas, the 1-2 punch. Wade gives you that power. But, you know, combined, these 2 guys average about 5 yards a crack, over 1,100 yards, and over 30 receptions. So they are a dynamic duo that are the key to Duke's success on offense.
And an offensive line, as you said, 3 of the 6 players up front are 300 pounds or better. Now, as far as Clemson is concerned, they've got a game breaker they can bring to the battle, and that is Derek Hamilton.
Well, Derek Hamilton is just a perfect football player, because if you throw it to him, if he runs it, he's going to average around 10 yards a crack. If you kick it to him, he's going to give you about 21 yards. All in all, he's a guy that's going to touch the ball as often as possible and drive defensive coordinators and special teams coaches nuts because of his skills.
Tommy Bowden all week has kind of kept his quarterback choice close to the best. Willie Simmons was the incumbent, but will he get many chances today?
I'm not sure. I mean, the turnovers may have been the noose that ties him down, that keeps him down. The guy has great talent, but, you know, don't be surprised if Whitehurst gets the call. This guy has a nice arm. They like his skills.
He's tall. He can see over the middle. 6'5", has some talent. He'll get the start this afternoon. And a lot of angles to this game that we'll discuss as Duke and Clemson get ready to do battle here in Durham. We'll be right back.
The Citgo ACC Game of the Week is being brought to you by your neighborhood Citgo. Proud to support today's athletes. Citgo, we know you. By Alltel, are you connected? By Cooper Tires. Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing. By Advance Auto Parts, where the best part is our people. By Ice House. At Plank Road Brewery, we'll make the Ice House, you make the ads. For details, go to icehouse.com. And by BB&T, Branch Banking and Trust Company.
The setting is perfect for the 47th renewal between these 2 teams in a series dominated by Clemson 30-15-1. And with more on the importance of this game for these 2 teams, the 3rd member of our broadcast crew, Mike Hogwood.
Steve, and while these teams are not competing right now for the ACC championship, you're right, they do have a lot at stake, particularly Duke. Duke's a team that broke a long losing streak this season, but in the ACC, it's been 22 games since they have won in the league. That's not to say there haven't been some close calls, like the game against Virginia. Oh, and the defense was great, held the Cavs to just 2 yards rushing, but still they couldn't come away with the win, losing by a score of 27-22. Then a couple weeks later, how about the game at NC State? Adam Smith had his best game as a Blue Devil. Late, Duke's making a comeback. That touchdown pass brings the Blue Devils to within 5. The onside kick, it's recovered by Duke. They have a chance at a last-second long field goal, can't hit it, and they lose a close one, 24-22. So there have have been some close calls for Duke, but they say moral victories don't count now. They want one in the win column in the ACC, and they hope it's today against Clemson. Now for the Tigers, here's a team that needs 2 wins here in the month of November to become bowl eligible. This is an important game if Clemson hopes to go bowling when the season is over. The Tigers are ready. The Blue Devils are ready. We're ready for an ACC battle between Clemson and Duke. Next.
There's Coach Carl Franks, head man of the Duke Blue Devils, looking for first ACC win in 22 battles. Of course, Tommy Bowden, 26-18 in his 4th year as head coach of the Clemson Tigers. Duke won the opening toss, and they have deferred their option to the second half, and that's the man who can bring it back all the way, Derek Hamilton. You saw Brent Garber, the kicker. Of course, Justin Miller's no slouch back there either, and he may get first call on this one at the 12-yard line. Justin Miller, true freshman, breaks his seam, and Mark Thompson will bring him down at the 35-yard line. And that's where Duke or Clemson will start out. Willie Simmons was the starter, but here's how he struggled against NC State. And the turnover. Here's a positive play, Doc, and all of a sudden, disaster starts.
Yeah, I mean, highly talented player, great skills, a true leader, but has just not been real lucky with the football.
And Charlie Whitehurst from Duluth, Georgia, redshirt freshman. Season, 180 yards and a touchdown. First play from scrimmage will go to Yusuf Kelly, and Kelly will push up over the 36-yard line, and it'll be a run of about a yard. Our Chevy starting lineup show Kevin Youngblood, sore shoulder and all, leading receiver on the team. Bernard Rembert, Chad Jasmine, Derek Hamilton, Ben Hall. Up front, Gary Bird, the oldest of a young offensive line for Clemson. And second down, here comes Whitehurst to the corner, calls his own number, and stretches out for another yard out to the 37-yard line. Let's take a look at the Duke defense. Sean Johnson, 3rd in the ACC in tackles for loss. Zielinski, Thompson, and Harris in there with him. Ryan Foster, again up near 100 tackles with 3 games remaining. And the secondary, led by Terrell Smith, who also has 2 interceptions on the year with Stanford, and Alex and Brian Green. Third down coming at about 8 for the Clemson Tigers. Charlie Whitehurst under center into the shotgun. Rambert is his setback. 3-step drop, and the fire is complete to Kevin Youngblood, and it's good for the first down out to the 47-yard line.
They made it look easy, and that's what you want out of your offense. You know, I don't care what kind of offense you run. The bottom line to it is that to move the chains, you want simplicity. There it is. Nice route, ball right on the numbers, right on the hands. Good catch, and you move the sticks.
Gain of 11 makes the first down. Whitehurst to throw. Ball tipped, but caught just the same. Out in the flats, this is Youngblood again. But not much on the play. Probably about 4 or 5 yards on the quick hit. Brian Green on the tackle. Youngblood, who's sat out last season with a broken leg and has been suffering with a shoulder problem. One of 3 big wide receivers that are going to present a problem for Duke defensively. Blitz is on, pass complete up the middle to the tight end. That's Hall. He's brought down in Duke territory at the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 22. Jamian Small on the stop.
Hey, Steve, if Charlie was suffering from any butterflies, he sure got rid of them quickly. Now, you watch a little play action. Nice little saving block by big Greg Walker. And the ball comes in. Ben sucks it down and gets downfield. That's a good operation again for the Tigers.
Whitehurst out of the no huddle. The pass is complete. And it's to the corner there. And that is going to be J.J. McKelvey out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. He's a senior. Got 3 receivers at 30 or more, and McKelvey is one of them. 501 yards on the season and 2 scores.
Yeah, their triplets have been quite productive for Clemson.
5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5. Handoff Rembert. Rembert cuts off the right side of the line, and this is a nice looking Clemson drive. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of almost 9. Fowler and Green come up and make the tackle, but Clemson has got it going and fast forward, Doc.
Got it going in those guards. Big Greg Walker, we're talking about the 330-pounder. You watch him, he comes out of here, watch him get around, get the seal block. That's the way you want it. Small win, 225, no match.
First down play, Rambert runs into his own lineman and then gets tied up there by Brendan Dewan. Redshirt freshman out of Austin, Texas, makes a tackle right there at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Dewan at the bottom of the pile. Who says you can't make a tackle lying down, you know? He came out of the grass to make the play.
Red Roof Vids presents this look at red zone proficiency for the Clemson Tigers. 62%, 18 touchdowns in their 29 trips. Back to throw, Whitehurst rushes on. He'll get to the corner and step out of bounds for a loss on the play. And they mark him out at the 19-yard line, and that'll be a loss of 8.
Well, Ted Roof's guys on defense, their coordinator, they did a great job. This is the benefit of film studies. They saw screen developing, and those guys, there's Big Ted, they saw screen developing and reacted to it and took away where he wanted to go with it. So that's just great benefit of good film studies.
-8, -9 on the play, brings up 3rd down and 18, and pushes Clemson back to the Duke 20-yard line. Youngblood to the top. We got a whistle. And the penalty will stop this play. The sack and the penalty threatening to grind down Duke's nice drive from the 35-yard line.
Duke might have tried to give some back on this one.
Dead ball, offsides, defense, 5 yards.
So 5-yard penalty will back them to or push them to the 15-yard line. And that'll set up a 3rd and 13. Get a first down at the 2. Robinson and Hamilton and a 4 receiver set wide to the wide side of the field. Here's Whitehurst over the middle. Touchdown! Kevin Youngblood.
Boy, they make that look easy.
He hit 5 straight, Doc.
He's on a roll. Ball perfectly thrown. What Ted Roof is shaking his head about is the pass protection. I mean, no blue shirts get around Whitehurst. Boy, that's just like being out in practice. Good operation.
Youngblood's 2nd touchdown reception of the year. And Aaron Hunt on for the point after, and it is good. The Clemson Tigers strike quickly. In a little over 4 minutes, they march down 65 yards for the score. A connection to Kevin Youngblood. Back after this message from Advance Auto Parts.
ACC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Back at Wallace Wade, Clemson strikes first. A 14-yard hookup from Charlie Whitehurst, who completed all 5 passes attempted that drive. To Kevin Youngblood, who caught 3 of those 5 passes. But it was a big 22-yard hookup with the tight end that pushed them deep into Duke territory.
Just so observant. I mean, it's just amazing. You don't miss anything. And the little things like going to one of the more talented positions on the field.
The tight end.
To make it happen.
Stephen Furr on the kick. And this is Santerio Landrum with the reception at the 5-yard line. Oh, Ruder reception awaits him at the 13, actually out to the 18-yard line. Let's take a look at that touchdown again.
Well, to me, it all starts with the big hosses up front. I mean, it can't be any cleaner for a quarterback.
And there's Charlie Whitehurst. Got the call all week long. Tommy Bowden said game time decision. And there's Adam Smith. Adam Smith out of Orindo, California. He's a sophomore. 58% of his passes completed, 7 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. One of 10 players with 4 interceptions or fewer in 200 attempts. The throw to the flats complete. This is Lance Johnson, and Johnson gets out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and it's going to be a gain of about 8 yards. Chris Douglas, a breakaway back, joined by Alex Wade, Landrum, Sharp, and Rowland, the skill receivers. Up front, Drew Stroney, starting his 29th game at tackle.
A good one.
That's a big line, too, Doc. Lewis, Bear, Wilson, and Mitchell.
Big Mitch.
2nd down coming. It's an 8-yard gain on first. The pass to Lance Johnson. 2nd down and 2. Smith rolling right. He'll keep it and get met short of the line of scrimmage and brought down there by Khalid Vaughn and also Nick Eason. As we look at the Clemson defense this way, Eason 4 sacks on the season. That's second on the team to Bryant McNeil. Khalid Vaughn and Donnell Washington complete the front 4. John Leake was a good one up near the century mark in tackles with Rodney Thomas and Eric Sampson. Brian Mance, 5 interceptions, 11 on his career. Baudrick, Meekins, and Justin Miller. A loss of the play of 1. Douglas rips a hole and deep into Clemson territory. At the 30-yard line, Brian Nance makes a saving tackle. 45 yards on the play.
Well, Duke has his own version of confidence on the offense. They start off with a nice pitch and catch for 8 yards and then have a bad play on the second. But how about this? Great hook on the edge. That's where it all starts. Andy Rowland, the tight end. And at this point, Douglas is scooting. It's not supposed to be that easy.
4.6 average is going to grow considerably for that 45-yard count. First and 10.
Big block by Andy Rowland.
The tight end.
Oh, well. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, what a coincidence. Darrell Scott wide to the top side. Elliott into the slot. Here's Alex Wade feeling his way off left tackle. And he pushes the pile ahead to about the 26-yard line. John Leake and Dewan Pope bring him down. The Tigers. Wade had a great start to the season, but a lot of people, Doc, have been kind of putting a lot of people in the box against Duke the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, because Duke's offensive line, really made a statement early on in the season that they would and could rush the football on anybody.
Second down and 7. Smith out of the shotgun, hit as he threw. It is complete to the tight end. That's Kalen Powell, the backup tight end from Bellevue, Washington. And he gets inside the red zone. He's at about the 10-yard line.
Well, Rowland and Powell really give the Blue Devils a dynamic duo. We talked about the running backs, these 2 tight ends. You talk about getting hit. That's great concentration by Powell. He had to stay with this. This tough guy. Smith knew he'd be hit, took on the blitz. And again, that's the kind of operation you want out of your offense.
6-man rush that time with the 2 backers, Leak and also Baudrick coming in. It's a gain of 18. First and goal at the 9-yard line for Duke, threatening to come right back and tie this game up. Draw play, Douglas diagnosed. Bryant McNeil got the ball carrier shortly after he received the football.
Not fooled at all.
And our Red Roof Inns look at Duke's red zone proficiency. 29 possessions this season, 13 touchdowns, 7 field goals, the touchdown percentage of 44%. The loss on that play is -4.
Duke has got to have that attitude he had against NC State. Not against Maryland last week, but against NC State when they took it down to the wire.
3 wide out, single back. That's Douglas for Adam Smith on 2nd and goal from the 13. No time and a sack for Smith as he goes down. Nick Eason is there along with John Leake.
Adam Smith.
Duke heads in reverse.
Boy, Big East. Big Eason. Coming in from the defensive line. John Levitt, defensive coordinator for the Tigers. He sent out the dogs on that one. And that was a tenacious effort by the Clemson Tigers.
First sack of the afternoon for a Clemson front group that has 16 sacks coming in. There's Nick Eason. He and Bryant McNeil are having a great year defensively.
Oh, that's the key. When you get those guys on that defensive line that can give you upfield pressure.
3rd and goal from the 20 after the loss of 7. Halfback pass. It is complete. Douglas, touchdown Duke. Thrown by Darrell Scott.
Reception by Chris Douglas.
A 20-yard hookup.
Great call. What a call. My goodness, that is an outstanding call. And they have to execute it. Carl Franks can call it, but buddy, they ran it to a T. And as an offensive player, you go through those plays maybe 10, 20 times a week or so in practice just to be sure. And then Carl calls it and they execute.
Just as he drew it up. Out of the hold of Wispaway, Garber with the kick. And we have a tie ball game at the 8:29 mark here in the first quarter. Each team strikes on their first series. Duke gets it done on a halfback pass. It's going to go to the wideout Darrell Scott. He finds Chris Douglas wide open. We'll return after these messages from your local ACC station.
around the country in the first. It's Rutgers 7.
A little flash and dash by Duke to score the touchdown. I wonder if Adam Smith gets a hockey assist on that one, because there were 2 passes thrown on the same play.
Yeah.
One to the flats to Darrell Scott, and the second one to Douglas, a 20-yard hookup for a touchdown that capped an 82-yard march in 8 plays. 3:16. So both teams don't waste any time getting down the field.
Well, I really like the way the Scots set up. You can tell this kid has taken a few snaps in his day.
Yeah.
Because he set up real well, was calm, collective, and a big play.
Yeah, he's got good size, too. Justin Miller, second kickoff return for him at the mouth of the end zone. Heads to the left side and down the sideline, still on his feet. Still rolling. Out to the 40-yard line, and the Clemson Tigers are going to get excellent field position at the 42-yard line. 41-yard return, but let's see this play again by Duke.
But what I like about Watch Scott, see, just cool, calm, collective, spiral, just steal it.
And here's Miller on the return. Justin Miller, true freshman, turns on the Jets and breaks some tackle.
Great balance again. Here's a kid runs with good confidence and had a lot of help from his friends.
41-yard return. 1st and 10 at the 42. Charlie Whitehurst, who connected 5 straight times, has yet to throw an incompletion. Toss back to Rembert, and Rembert is met. And I mean met by Ryan Fowler. Right at the line of scrimmage and driven back for maybe a loss of 1.
Steve, it seems like Ryan Fowler has been making plays here at Duke for at least 10 years. I mean, that kid has played some good football for this university. He's a heck of a player.
Even as a redshirt freshman, he led the team with tackles. He's in his junior season. He's out of Reddington Shores, Georgia. On 2nd down and 11. Pass complete out there in the flats. Just to McKelvey at the 46-yard line. It will be a hookup on the play of about 5.
What would bother me if I were Duke at this point is the fact that you look at the setup now in the pass operation for Whitehurst, and he's just not had any pressure.
No.
And he's sitting back now, he's calm, and he's throwing balls right on the numbers. I mean, he's going to be tough to deal with.
He's got confidence after that first drive. He's 6 for 6 on the day. He's got Hamilton in the slot, McKelvey way out wide. Aries Curry is the wide out, and 3 wide out set for Clemson. Looking to the top side, Whitehurst gets it to Rembert, completing the 50, and into Duke territory at the 43.
What I like about this kid is that when he throws the ball to receivers, it gives them an opportunity to catch and run. Most of his balls have been right high, right at the top of the numbers. So you get a chance to look the ball in and take off. I mean, I'm very impressed with this guy's placement of the football.
11-yard gain on the pass to Rembert. Inside handoff Rembert this time. And not an awful lot going up to the 40-yard line. Clemson coaches kind of talked a little bit with concern about their inability to move the ball on the ground.
Well, they've had some special people. It's Tommy West here that takes an overview at his offense. Woodrow Dantzler, I just don't think people realize how tough it is to replace a guy with, his wizardry. I mean, this guy was unbelievable.
Here's Whitehurst on the corner. Pitch goes to Rembert. He fumbles the football. Picks it up at the 48-yard line, and Fowler drives him out of bounds at the 49. A loss on the play of 9 on the ill-fated pitch.
Yeah, they did not have a good relationship in terms of running the option. You need good spacing in this, and you really like to have your quarterback going downhill. And in this case, he just didn't get to. First of all, he had somebody on him after the snap, and Bernard just didn't look the ball in. And that's really been the problem with Clemson football. They've been their own worst enemy.
Turnovers have come out of the quarterback position, most recently in the 38-6 loss to NC State 10 days ago. This is 3rd and 16 on the loss of line on the play. Back is Whitehurst to throw. Steps up, fires over the middle and nearly intercepted.
Oh, should have been gone.
Oh, Giuseppe Aquano.
Fowler had that one.
Oh, yeah. And Aquano stepped in and knocked it away.
Oh, man. That was a jailbreak. That might have been a catch and score. I mean, Ryan would have had to get on his horse, but that might have been a catch and score. And I really thought, Charlie had a lot of time. You see Whitehurst walking off, shaking his head, because he realizes, that was his first bad decision with the football.
Yep. Kerry Sharp is back there to get the kick. This is Wynn Kopp, who's had 2 blocked on him this year. It's a good one out to Sharp at the 14. And Sharp brings it out to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard return after the 36-yard punt. So Duke at the 20 as they force the punt with the big sack and the near incompleted pass or near intercepted pass. It's tied at 7-all, 6.5 to play in the first.
ACC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Duke's defense stiffens. A fumble on a pitch play and a near intercepted pass. The fans finally have something to cheer for. And the team right now that feels it's got a good chance to knock off Clemson today. They're tied at 7, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Chris Douglas over right tackle, and he gets up to about the 23-yard line. Nick Eason and Eric Meekins on the stop, and let's turn it over to Mike Hogwood.
Well, number 45 for Clemson is John Leak. He's the second leading tackler in the ACC, but he's the one who made the mistake on that touchdown pass. He missed his key. When they came off, they were talking about it. He was really upset on the sideline. He told his teammates, I blew that one. I won't make that mistake again. That's a play that they worked on, that in pass during practice this week, and John Leak bit on the fake, didn't make the right read, but he doesn't make many mistakes.
That's why he's sitting on the sidelines this time around for a few moments. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Fake handoff, play action pass is complete. And it's good enough for a Duke first down, complete to Kalen Powell, his second reception of the afternoon. It's a 9-yard hookup.
Well, you know, John Leak didn't have anything to worry about because he took the fake because Chris Douglas had a 45-yard run in that drive, so it was legitimate. Just like now, the linebackers had to bite because Duke has shown they can run. And if you get that going, Steve-O, you can set up play action.
Which is what really Carl Franks wants to do. And here is Alex Wade on top of the horse and up to the 45-yard line. Nice gain. 13.
That was a brutal run. Here's Mom. That's my boy.
My boy, number 37.
My boy, 37. Go for it, Mama.
That's Linda Wilson. Alex Wade's mother. She's looking on and pretty happy with number 37's gain of the day of 13 yards.
Well, you know, he ate her out of house and home. You know, that's the least he can do is provide some thrills.
Crosses the 50-yard line on the carry. Adam Smith tucks it under and picks up some yardage. Rodney Thomas, Eric Sampson on the stop, but keep moving the ball forward for the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, I remember how the metabolism worked in those days. You're collegiate, and you're just a bus thrower. You saw through cabinets, refrigerators, you know, milk. I mean, the beating out, the whipping that I put on my mother's refrigerator, I can imagine what it's like now.
She can't sit down in the stands. She gets too excited. We saw why. 2nd down and 3. Pitch now comes to Wade, and he can't get around the corner because John Leak is there.
Yeah, and he beat a good football player in Colin Powell. And see, John Leak, again, that's why I said I know why he bit, because they earned that. Now, you watch John keep good shoulder relationship. Didn't get hooked, never gave it up. That's a big-time play by an outstanding linebacker.
Well, they gave back all 7 of the yards gained on the previous play by Adam Smith and then added 2 more. 3rd down and 12. 3rd down conversion here key for Duke. They're next to last in the ACC in this department. Fake the inside handoff, pass to the flat, complete to Lance Johnson. He's hit midfield, but he's shy of the first down in Clemson territory at the 49-yard line.
Boy, both teams, I mean, defensively, the philosophy is they want to make you earn it. They want to make you go long distance to get a score. And the 2 drives we opened up with, I mean, that's not going to be the way it goes all game.
No.
But it's just great to see the strategy being employed on both sides by some good coaching.
Trey McDonald is back to kick here for the Duke Blue Devils, their first punt. So both teams forced to punt on their second series after scoring on their first. Here comes the kick. It's a good one. Hamilton will field it at the 15 and fumble the football. It's picked up by Clemson, however, 3 yards deep back at the 10-yard line.
Well, I would not want to face Coach Bowden going on that sidelines.
34-yard punt. And coming out with the ball, Clemson recovers. And next Saturday, we'll see these Clemson Tigers again as they move down the road about 8 miles to Chapel Hill, Kenan Stadium, and to take on the Tar Heels, who have a battle today with Maryland. You'll see it at high noon on many of these same Jefferson Pilot sports stations. Our Citgo ACC Game of the Week.
Carolina blue and Clemson orange. That'll be a colorful affair.
It always is when those two get together. Clemson set up their own 10-yard line first.
Oh, what a fake. What a fake.
And Whitehurst on his horse, and he runs head on into Brian Green, but not before he makes a nice yardage, about 17 yards.
Now, I don't know if he's conscious right now. His brain may be scrambling, but I love this kid's finish. Now, watch him.
Oh.
Don't think he can't do this now. Now, watch him finish. See, he drops that, he goes into there, he takes that defender on, and I like that.
From Duluth, Georgia, redshirt freshman. His father played many years with the Green Bay Packers, David Whitehurst.
His coach is just saying, slide, son, slide.
He'll take that head on right up over the middle. Has Aries Curry. Can't hang on.
Boy, he had it.
Yeah.
He had it.
Aries Curry might have been into the sun, too, but he had a hand out on that. You can't throw a ball any better than Whitehurst tossed that time.
Boy, he gives you the fake, and it's effortlessly. I mean, this guy's flicking it downfield. Mike Hogwood's going to have to give us an idea of whether or not the sun was a factor on that. If not, then, boy, that's a tough loss.
Looked like that elbow was awfully close to the waist. You know, that alligator.
Little alligator, little gator in him.
Yep. 2nd down and 10. Whitehurst back to throw again, this time complete to McKelvey. He's brought down by 3 Blue Devils at the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 8 on the play. And we got an injured player down on the field, and that is Micah Harris.
Micah Harris, yeah.
Sophomore defensive end out of Poland, Ohio. One of the leading tacklers along that front line as well.
Goes hard every snap. You can count on the fact that 55 will be in pursuit of the football.
Over there on the Clemson sideline. And let's go back to that play by Aries Curry when he missed that pass by Charlie Whitehurst. Mike Hogwood, is the sun a factor down there in that play?
Steve, I think it is, particularly when receivers are looking back over their left shoulder. The sun really is right in their eyes. When they look over to the right, I think that they can have pretty good vision. But I'm with you guys. What I'm seeing down on the field, saying over here in the booth, this guy has a gun for an arm. Whitehurst. I hear he's been doing that same thing in practice for the last couple of weeks. Really been on target in practice. Very, very accurate is what the coaches tell me.
Well, Mike, you go all the way back to his spring ball and his game, and that the kid has always shown he knows who to throw it to, and he puts it in a position for receivers to catch the ball.
Harris comes out. Alexander going in, scores. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Rutgers.
Dave Sims and company.
Michigan leading Michigan State. On 3rd and short yardage, the pass is complete into the flats. And brought down.
Boy, is that Jasmine with the catch. I tell you what, Jasmine went down and showed some great hands. And that's the first ball that hasn't been right on the numbers thrown by Charlie Whitehurst. But you know, you need some help from your receivers. I just like his throwing action. That one a little low. That's an outstanding catch.
That is.
Tell you what, oh, Chad, that's putting those paws down.
From Vacherie, Louisiana. Oh, my goodness. Rambert is flattened. And that's Zelensky and Jamian Small.
Jamian dropped a hammer on that one.
Loss of 3 on the play. At halftime, we'll be taking a look at our Alltel halftime stats. That loss of yardage in among them brings up 2nd down and about 13. And that's the only member of the senior class on this Duke football team. It's great hope for both of these teams for next year and beyond. Whitehurst to the flats, complete to Hamilton. With a block on the corner, and he gets over midfield into Duke territory.
And Jackie Robertson did a good job out on the edge. You know, unselfish receivers blocking, helping their teammates.
Pickup of 9 on the play.
And ball again right on the money. See, Jack?
Yep.
Yes, nice block on the edge. All you need is a little bit, you know, Timo George.
3rd and 4. Whitehurst still on his feet now, no more. And he'll go down with a sack. Going back to the 47-yard line of Clemson. Jamian Small led the troops in.
Charlie Whitehurst was still trying to make a play going down. I mean, this kid has a real high competitive nature. There you see, he tried to look up, but that's just too much Duke. The Blue Devils there, boy. You know the difference? This season, they dictate the tempo on defense.
Yep.
I mean, you can tell that, you know, Ted Roof, I used to call him with Tech, is, you know, his Rough Riders.
Yep.
Those guys really come after you.
Winkoff with a kick and a 37-yarder the first time around. Sharp fumbles this one at the 22. Flag on the play. Could be a halo problem here.
Will be.
Yeah. He had a lot of orange shirts. Now, Clemson says they've recovered the football, but that's not going to be the case here, I don't believe. This penalty is probably going to go against Clemson at the 18. Jim Knight to unpile everybody. Bernard Rambert getting up a little bit slow on the play. But I believe we have a violation of that protected halo area around the receiver, Kerry Sharp.
Non-contact, halo violation by the kicking team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
It's a great rule, and it's an outstanding call in that. It doesn't necessarily have to be contact related. It's just when you get within that particular 2-yard area, you are in violation.
Moves the football out to the 29-yard line.
Did you catch punts, Steve, back in the day? I mean, I always thought that's the toughest part of the game. I mean, that's catching punts, man. Punt returners to me are a different type of individual.
They're crazy.
Quite insane, no question about it.
Inside handoff, Chris Douglas, and he gets up over the 30-yard line. My most painful memory of my high school football experience was being removed from special teams after missing a block that would have sprung a guy for a touchdown. So it's a sore subject.
Oh, well, we'll get back to it.
No, we're pretty much done with that. The announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports, not for their high school prowess. This broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of the Atlantic Coast Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. Second down and 9, and the pass complete to the tight end, Powell. Powell uses some blocks to get to midfield.
Yeah, he's impressive. What is it not to like? And this kid has nice soft hands, gets himself open in the system. This is where your system pays dividends. When you commit to the run and you earn that respect, and you got a quarterback that'll settle in, and watch the timing on this. See, a little bit of fake, a little short one, just a little second, and then again, nice block down by Sharp. Kerry chips in, and the big rumbler, Powell, makes it look easy.
19-yard reception, and it ends the first quarter of play. Each team gets a score in their first series. Duke trying to fashion a drive for the go-ahead score in the second quarter. And we'll be back to Durham right after this. We are back. Welcome back to ACC football from Citgo and Jefferson Pilot Sports. Steve Martin, Doc Walker, Mike Hogwood here in Durham. Beautiful sunny day, up around 55, 60 degrees. Adam Smith at the controls of the Duke offense. They're driving after tying this game up at 7-all. Looks like a busted play, and Adam Smith will surge ahead about 4 yards. It'll look like a quarterback draw, but I think they were looking for something a little bit more on that play.
Well, you have to give him a high five for quick reaction. Think on your feet, make it happen.
They really like what they see out of Adam Smith. 7 career touchdown passes out of Orindo, California. They had thought they were going to platoon he and Dapolito, but Smith has got most of the snaps and he's been very efficient. Second down and about 5. Gain of 5 on the play. Play action fake, pass complete to Sharp over the middle. And Sharp brought down at the 29-yard line of Clemson. A gain on the play of 17 yards.
Well, he's a big playmaker.
There's the first quarter stats. Duke with a rushing, and they've held Clemson to only 8. About equal in the air.
That catches up to you.
And look at both quarterbacks have been very efficient. Look at what Whitehurst
is smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue those stats.
First and 10 at the Clemson 29-yard line. Hand off Douglas, and Douglas searches for yardage to the 25, a gain of about 4.
Kind of went away from his offensive line on that. Now, I don't know if that was by design or that could be hazardous to your health. I think I'd want to be with Stoney and Lewis, Bear, and those big fellas. No doubt about it.
There's that offensive line. Look at that. It's been a long time. Actually, I don't think it's ever happened where Duke's had 4 out of 5 guys with 300.
My kind of guys. See, we can go down and, you know, do a few double cheeseburgers, triple cheeseburger kind of group.
Destroy a buffet. Pass to the tight
kill
end.
a buffet. You imagine walking into a buffet with that group? All you can eat. That'll be the last day that special stays in.
Yeah, put them out of business. That's the first incompleted pass by Adam Smith this afternoon. And emphasize Whitehurst has only missed 2 passes on the day for Clemson.
Big Darrell, see, these are my kind of guys.
Yeah.
And they're fun guys. I mean, guys like that are good and fun to be around. Plus, all you feed them, they're happy.
And they know the difference between a smorgasbord and a buffet.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it is, but they know. 3rd down and 5. Back to throw, Adam Smith. And his pass incomplete for the tight end, Roland, and that's second incompletion.
Oh, John Leake, that's good coverage.
Yep.
That is good coverage. You watch good football players, you know, and they watch the film, they have instincts, they close. He never really had possession of the football. And we know Andy Roland can catch it. Good coverage again by John Leake.
Brent Garber out here to kick a 41-yard field goal. Garber 9 out of 12 at 40+ in his career. And he's hit a 56-yarder this year against East Carolina. This kick is up, and it is going to be wide right. Push to the right, and Clemson holds. A pair of incompleted passes stops a Duke drive, and the Clemson Tigers will take over at their own 25-yard line. It's 7-all here at Durham. 13:07 left to go in the first half of play. Duke and Clemson battling it out.
ACC football is brought to you in part by GMC. From professional grade people come professional grade trucks.
One of the things that concerns Coach Carl Franks on this team is consistency in the kicking game. He talked about it yesterday. Brent Garber missing that field goal. And after that happened, Coach Franks took the headset off and went down and sat down and had a little chat with his kicker. He said that's one of the things that we really have to get better is kicking consistency.
Got to get the ball in the end zone or through the uprights when you get it inside the other team's 30-yard line. And Duke failed to do that time after moving the ball from their own 29-yard line. And right now, here comes Clemson 1st and 10 at their own 24. Charlie Whitehurst, 10 out of 12 coming into this drive. Handoff goes to Yosef Kelly. And Yosef Kelly gets some pretty good yardage up over the 30 to the 32. It's a pickup of about 8 on the play.
Strong run. You know, Kelly's 6 foot, 225-pounder, and he showed you real strong lower body strength. He got a little bit in the pile and moved the pile, averaging 4.1 yards per crack.
He's out of Walterboro, South Carolina. He's their leading ground gainer. He'll get the call again, but this time not much there. Sean Johnson leads the charge with Ryan Fowler. Gain of about a yard on the play.
You know, Ryan Fowler again. We talk about John Leake. Now you see Fowler feel, you know, he didn't overrun the hole. Kind of glided right in, kept those shoulders square, and attacked on contact.
3rd down and 2 for Clemson, tied with Duke at 7-all. Play action, blitz is on. Whitehurst alerts 1, now another. Now will have to ditch 3. Pass incomplete.
Big throw.
Great
that is a big-time throw.
He did not accept a loss.
We have seen this, Steve, over the years. How many guys have thrown their team into a disastrous position, you know, because they didn't have the gun enough to get it out of bounds.
Aguano and Johnson were chasing him. It brings up a 4th down, but at least from the 32 and not from way back inside his own 10. So Whitehurst makes do with what he had. He didn't have much protection that time around.
It's great blitz. Great blitz by Duke.
Sharp back to return. Win Kopp, 3 downs and out this time around. Gets a good kick away. Sharp at his 27. And goes down 5 yards later at the 32. It's a 40-yard punt. So Clemson forced to punt after 3 plays, and football fans registered to win $1 million. That's right, $1 million in the Bell South $1 million kick contest. Visit jpsports.com to register and check out the schedule for the Bell South E-Zone. Rolling into college campuses around the South. Sign up, then start practicing your field goals. Grand prize winner gets a chance to kick for $1 million in the 2002 Chick-fil-A Bowl, Peach Bowl, on New Year's Eve.
You now have my full attention.
$1 million got it.
$1 million did it.
Yeah. Back to throw, Adam Smith. A dart to Landrum at the 35. And Landrum, extra yards after the reception to the 41. It's a gain of 9.
That is priceless for a receiver to take it beyond the reception area. You catch the ball, now what do you give me afterwards? And that time Landrum showed you some real skill. You think, well, it's not much. It's 2 or 3 yards. You know, a field goal could be 1 yard short. You know, you could be inches away from a first down. It all matters.
I've seen Landrum carry the ball today. He's got a 10-yard average on the ground. That's his 14th pass reception of the year. 2nd down and 2. Smith with the option, and he chooses his option out to the 44-yard line. Brought down by Nick Eason, but it's a Duke first down.
Good for a Blue Devil first down. Stop by.
The way, you know, both units on defense are playing pretty good, pretty aggressive. But it's the offense that comes through with that big play. And I go back to that one, maybe, you know, where the sun possibly gotten away on Charlie Whitehurst. He had a big throw downfield. And when it's hard to get a guy that open. And when you get him that open, you don't connect. Boy, you usually pay for it.
He hit the receiver right on the hands, Aries Curry, on that play. 1st and 10. Here's Alex Wade. Got hit right at the line of scrimmage and then bowled ahead to the 47-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play. Tackled by Rodney Thomas, the senior out of Cadwell, Georgia, actually. 95 tackles on the season. He and John Leake have just about soaked up all the tackles you can get. There's Wade.
You know what that means? That they have strong defensive line play.
Right.
You know, those people swallowing up offensive linemen. They have pretty good gap control, and it allows those guys to scrape, you know, and get tackles.
Very few defensive linemen lead you in tackles, but they do other things. Here's Smith, throw to the flats, and it's underthrown and goes out of bounds. Sharp wisely thought to pursue that ball as it was behind the line of scrimmage.
But you'll see a number of teams that their safeties will be leading the team in tackles.
That's not good. No.
Not good.
No.
You know, and that's what happens.
Well, that's why Clemson's so highly rated defensively, and especially against the pass.
Yeah. John Levin's first season, you know, over from Auburn, coming in. It's hard to, you know, to get people to react to your teachings, you know, that quickly. So they've done an outstanding job. Their offense has just put them in bad situations with turnovers.
50% completion rate today on 3rd down for Duke. They're facing 3rd and 8 here and a blitz. Smith throws out of it, and his receiver dropped the football. Lance Johnson dropped the football. Would have been good for the first down, but we have a flag down on the field.
Yeah, I think the Tigers jumped. They tried to time that blitz just right, and I think he missed it.
Even so, Smith got the ball away.
Oh, yeah.
In the pocket.
Yeah,
nice.
The ball should have been caught.
Yep, you're right, Doc. So 3rd and 8 is going to become 3rd and 3.
Offside, defense 5 yards, repeat the down.
Jim Knight with the call. So that pushes the ball from the 46 into Clemson territory at the 49. And makes an interesting call for Adam Smith.
Well, you want to catch because you had the first down.
Yeah.
And the ball was right on the money.
But now you're looking at 3rd and 3. Johnson split wide to the left side. 3 wide receivers. Clark, Landrum, and Sharp to the top side.
Yeah, there you go.
Quarterback draw. It's going to be Smith. He needed the 45, and I think a second effort may have gotten it for him.
That's the only way he'll get it. I like the call. Spread them out, you know, and get them out of that box, and then let your quarterback, you know, secure it.
And that's the second first down that the quarterback has earned for them this drive.
Then you want just a little bit of drop back. You want those guys rushing upfield. Nice block by Alex Wade. I mean, the little things make an offense go.
1st and 10. 3 wide receivers wide side of the field. Inside handoff Alex Wade, and he jumps ahead for about 4 yards to the 41-yard line.
Well, if Alex stumbled through that, it was tripped up, but buddy, he had some room.
Yeah, he did.
That would have been a big-time run had he been able to maintain his balance.
It's gain of 5 now, actually 4, makes it 2nd down and 6.
Steve, you get big runs in an offense when you can spread people out with your wide receivers. You can go 4 wide, spread people out. You can pop some things.
This is the 3rd straight possession, or 3rd straight play that we've seen this formation out of Duke, with the 3 wide receivers and a V to the top side. Blitz coming. Yep. Pass complete. Johnson, he slipped. But he got the 1st down. He's going to be very close to it. Brought down by Leak and Fountain.
What I like about it, again, they go trips 3 receivers top side. They come down and work the short end. And, you know, he may have audibilized into that. But making that decision, ball on the money, and that's stealing. If all you need is 4 or 5, you know you can get it every time.
Another 1st down. Duke now pushing the ball into Clemson territory again.
And now Duke has some of that tiger pass protection we talked about earlier for Clemson. Now Duke and Smith has been untouched.
3rd excursion into Clemson territory this afternoon. Smith steps up, has time, pass to the flats. Oh, what a grab by Johnson. A tackle by Brian Mance. It doesn't go very far, but boy, it was spectacular. A 4-yard grab, and Mike Hogwood has more on injuries in the sideline.
Well, Micah Harris, who you guys talked about going down with the injury, has an injured right knee. They don't think it's too serious. They put a pretty stiff brace on it, and he is going to probably be back out there when Duke's on defense.
Starter on the defensive front line. 55 tackles, his uniform number coming in.
That hockey mentality. How about Mario Lemieux earlier in the week? With 32 stitches and went back on the ice and got the game-winning goal against the Capitals. Well, that's a man.
That is a man.
That's a man.
2nd and 6. We're glad he unretired. Wade tries to push the pile, but Clemson is there to push back. Bryant McNeil, among others, there to stop him for no gain.
Well, just think about the last time you had 3 or 4 stitches anywhere.
Oh,
Did you go back to what you were doing? Are you kidding me?
I didn't work for a
No
week.
way. Guy had 32 right on his grill. No.
3rd and 5. 3rd down conversion this drive for Duke. They've gotten them all. They'll get this one.
Nice.
Complete. Lance Johnson coming right down from the hash mark at the 20-yard line.
That's a tough throw.
Yeah, 9-yard catch, and that's his 5th of the day.
They made it look easy, but that's not easy to do. You got a guy running at you, coming right down the line, and he put that on the money. Boy, that's a great operation there, folks. That's nice.
9-yard hookup gets him in the red zone again.
Hitting a running target coming right across you. That's like duck shooting.
He might have been looking into some sun there too. 1st and 10. Smith out of the shotgun. Alex Wade this time. Bigger hole for Alex, and he'll carry some people to the 15-yard line. Leak, Thomas, and Vaughn are along for the ride, but Wade gets the 5-yard gain. Elsewhere in the SEC, Auburn, Ole Miss going at it today. And Miami has pulled back in front of Rutgers, 8-7. That game in Piscataway this afternoon.
Who's pitching in that game?
How about this one? Iowa ties it up with a field goal on Wisconsin in the 2nd. Another Big Ten verdict, Michigan over Michigan State.
Spartans. What happened to the Spartans?
Oh, boy. 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Smith over the middle. Has a man complete. Touchdown, Santerio Landrum.
Wow. That Duke just rolled in there.
Oh, boy. 15-yard hookup for touchdown, and Duke steps out on front by 6.
Yeah, Coach Franks has got to be pleased with that.
Boy, these quarterbacks have been dead on this afternoon.
We got a shootout here. We got a shootout here at Wallace Wade.
I'll tell you, Smith hit 5 of those 6 passes that he threw on the drive. Here's Garber's kick for point after. It is good.
It's a good hold. That was a very nice hold. Could have been lost in that one.
On a tough snap, Adam Smith getting it done. His 8th touchdown pass of the year. He's happy with the outcome. 14-7 Duke. Back after these messages from your local ACC station. Adam Smith wants to know how Santerio Landrum was wide open. We'll see it from the low angle here.
Now watch the big guys in the middle. Boy, that's a nice piece of pass blocking there. And the big fella who swallowed up the screen, Darrell Lewis, 330-pounder, he made it happen. The rest was just pitch and catch.
Brent Garber getting ready to kick it off. Justin Miller has returned the 2 previous kickoffs. We haven't seen Derek Hamilton yet, and this is going to be a low kick that'll be fielded and taken out of Hamilton's hands there by number 36.
Oh, he backed it out. That could be a fumble.
The football picked up by Duke.
Oh, Duke is just getting downright nasty.
That's Malcolm Ruff, a true freshman. Picks up the loose ball. Clemson coughs it up.
Boy, this just didn't work out well for the Tigers. That ball looks exposed. Now, that's the piece, and that's smart. He saw that all the way, ripped it out, and then almost had the recovery.
Brian Green stripped the ball.
Man, that's thinking, man. That is thinking.
And Malcolm Ruff picks it up, and Duke's offense.
Go out and control your own destiny.
They're at the Clemson 29-yard line. 6:18 left in this second quarter. Duke with an excellent opportunity to pile on here. Blitz is on. Smith hit and intercepted by Khalid Vaughn.
Boy, that's getting it back. And that was a pitiful piece of pass blocking by Chris Douglas, number 4. I mean, he did not have a manly effort on that pass protection. He just got run right over
by Bryant McNeil.
Yeah, run right over, and that's as a result. Now, you talk about a golden opportunity. Hey, you watch it. We got a low angle on this one. You won't be able to see it on the side. You will see the interception, though. That's great camera work. But what we didn't get a chance to see was Chris Douglas, who was just eaten alive by McNeil.
So Clemson gets it back. Pass to the flats, complete to McKelvey. And McKelvey knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Well, look at Tommy Bowden. He's looking on. He said, well, okay. That's right about where we would have started had we hadn't had that fumble by Cliff Harrell. Offense, you delayed one play. Get out there.
Yeah, but when you have Clemson skilled people, man, you can't allow them to put it back on the field on a fluke.
No. Second down and about 1. Handoff to Kelly. He needs to get over the 40. He got there. Sean Johnson with the tackle, though. He didn't get much more.
Well, that's small, man. He's 225 pounds, but he attacks people. I mean, this kid shows you he just explodes through ball carriers.
From Pontiac, Michigan. Senior, as we said, lone senior on the team. Out of the shotgun, Whitehurst, pass complete. McKelvey on the corner and driven out of bounds by Stanford at the 48-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 7, and that's the 5th catch by J.J. McKelvey this afternoon.
Yeah, Kenneth Stanford gave him a lot of room, maybe a little bit too much room. I mean, these Clemson receivers, man, they are so athletic that if you give them some space, man, they're going to wiggle and get by you.
And they are big. 6'3" apiece out there. Back to throw with 4 wide outs. Whitehurst pass and not caught by Hamilton. Fowler covering on the play. Would have been a tough cover. So there's a miss.
That's running through the football. Look at those.
Look at this is Duke's problem today. Average height, and that's being liberal at 5'11". 6'3" average receiver height for Clemson. And they have 4 receivers at 6'4". Youngblood's one of them. Hamilton another. They have 5 wide outs for Whitehurst on 3rd and short. Blitz is on. They're bringing 6. Pass is complete to Youngblood for the first down. In Duke territory at the 47-yard line.
I like that. Good formation. You realize that you will be blitzed. It's one-on-one. Make the throw and catch.
5 wide outs, so there's no protection there. Whitehurst let it go. 1st and 10. 3 wide outs this time out on the no huddle. Joseph Kelly gets the handoff. Kelly pushes the pile ahead, and he surges down to the 40-yard line. And now it looks like Clemson has developed some momentum offensively here.
Well, they got their breath of fresh air. They're relieved. I mean, those turnovers start to mount on you, then you lose confidence. Now they have that confidence back. Nice drive blocking up front. And again, you got to be impressed with this kid's lower body strength.
6-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down. It's actually 7. 2nd and 3. Whitehurst to throw with a blitz, and the pass incomplete. Intended for McKelvey, but lots of pressure by Duke that time.
Yeah, but see, the pressure, the influence of the pressure got to him. And that time they influenced a bad throw. They almost timed it. I thought they might have been called off, but they got back in time. That's good pressure, and then right up the gut.
That's DeWan.
Yeah, DeWan. Yep. He's a player. That DeWan, you know, we're about 5th, 6th time we mentioned his name.
He moved himself into the starting lineup after breaking his ankle. 3rd down now and 3 for Clemson at the Duke 40-yard line.
So DeWan just took a job.
14-7, Duke in the lead. Rushes on. Whitehurst to throw for McKelvey, incomplete. Jamian Small down Whitehurst just as he threw the football.
Boy, Ted Roof is calling this game now to a T. I mean, that's what it's all about. Big Ted is calling this deal now. He's getting guys coming in from different sides. Up the middle, on the side. I mean, and that's the only thing that has Whitehurst off. 1 quarter ago, Charlie was putting darts right on the number. He was untouched, unscathed. Now he's under some pressure.
4th down, Clemson going for it. They're in that never land here, the 40-yard line. Punt probably goes into the end zone. Take a shot and see what happens. Whitehurst out of the pocket. Whitehurst. Zelensky can't get him.
He's a player.
And did he get the first down? No, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And that is 3 yards shy of a first down. No gain on the play.
Yeah, he may be short, but I'll take him. He can play for me because that kid's competitive. And he came up short. It's a great job on Duke's part to stop it. But I'll tell you what, you saw him turn that corner, buddy. He had intent. I mean, he's competitive. And, you know, you go for it. You mentioned it. You're in Never Never Land.
Yep.
But it's the idea that Coach West believed in this guy. This kid here, he's something. I like his style.
Charlie Whitehurst, redshirt freshman from Duluth, Georgia. Alex Wade comes into the offensive huddle now for the Duke Blue Devils, who lead this game 14-7. Trying to break a 3-game losing streak to Clemson and a 4-game overall on their season. 1st and 10, the handoff to Wade. And Wade steps outside the block of his center, Luke Baer, to the left and finds a little bit of running room out to the 44-yard line. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll be highlighting the best in the ACC presented by Don Pablo's.
I love those spots. I get hungrier.
Yeah.
That's what a spot's all, a good spot.
That's right.
Makes you hungry.
Yeah, makes you call out for more. A fajita and a movie. 2nd down 6. Wade gets the call again. Big hole. 1st down into Clemson territory at the 46-yard line. Sampson and Meekins make the stop, but not before Alex Wade, mom looking on, gets the 10-yard gain.
Big Drew Strona, you're going to watch him here. Watch him go down the line and pull. See, he gets that pull. That's the kick-out block. That's the crusher. Little pancake action there working, folks. And, of course, Alex Wade, just strong, tough inside runner. That's a nice block by Drew.
8 of the last 13 plays have been running plays for the Duke Blue Devils. And 3 of them are by Adam Smith, and Smith is close to another first down. Quarterback is carried 3 times, twice for first down, that time for 9 yards to the Clemson 36-yard line. Even Alex Wade's mom liked the play. See, Linda Wilson. There's a great fan.
She's into it.
Yes, she is.
That's the beauty of this, man.
That's right.
Beauty of this game, college football.
Not only
thing better.
They're all your sons. 2nd down and inches. Tight end rolling in motion. Handoff Wade. And Wade will not have enough. Unless they give him forward progress.
Oh, Rodney Thomas. He said, I'll end this.
I'll sit mom down a while.
Yeah. We'll show her how to not like this game.
Yeah.
The thing about your mom, when your mom's at the game, even if you have your fumble, she'll still hold that sign up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fans won't do that. They'll drop that sign. But your mom, she'll still hold it.
See what the measurement is going to be. They're going to bring the chains out here. Adam Smith's had pretty good first half.
It's a good half. It's good execution on both sides of the ball. Highly competitive ball game.
Right. See, Duke's going to be short by the length of a football and a little bit more.
Well, this is their version of Never Never Land.
Yeah. Well, they're down there in the 35. No sense to
you
punt
have
here.
Alex Wade, and you have Big Darrell Lewis and Rusty Wilson. Luke Bear, I mean, you go for this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you say, boys, we're going to hitch the wagon up, and we're going to get some chow.
And you got Tommy Bowden and company guessing a little bit because your quarterback is a threat to run, and all the other factors that you mentioned.
Yeah, because you can rush it, but you know, as a player, but players will tell you everything. Let's go. They always want to go.
Yeah.
If they don't have to move if it doesn't work. Scholarship's still intact. It's like us.
Unpublished number.
We're always saying, go for it.
3rd and inches. Tight end in motion.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah.
Got the call, too.
Yep, they got the call. Both ends. Flag on the play, but it's going to be an offsides call against Clemson, so you can move the sticks. And this will be accepted by Duke. That'll push it down 5 yards.
Defense, 5 yards, first down.
Jim Knight with the call.
There is no substitute in this game for an offensive line that can run the ball and pass block. I mean, this Duke line is something special.
Look what these guys have done. Whitehurst 13 of 19, but Smith 11 of 15. He's had one picked off. Here comes a handoff to Wade. Jumps into the hole to the right side and surges ahead to the 26-yard line. Gain on the play of close to 4 as he stretches it out.
You know, that's a misleading statistic. And in interceptions, I've always felt that there should be an asterisk for quarterbacks. If the ball's tipped,
yeah,
you know, it's not your interception. It's not a negligent. It's a tip.
Quarterback accepts way too much. His sack yardage comes off the rushing offensive stats.
That's ridiculous.
That's just, you know, way too much blame for one person. 2nd down and 6. Smith over the middle, pass complete. It's Wade. He's close to the first down. Might be just shy of it. Needed the 20. Coming up with the tackle, Brandon Jamison, the junior from Hopkins, South Carolina.
Rodney Thomas came in late just to make sure. The Clemson linebackers year in and year out. It's like they cut them out of a mold.
Yeah.
You know, they're fast, aggressive, ornery, you know, and they attack the football.
You look at the top 50 players of all time, and you've got Michael Dean Perry and Anthony Simmons.
When I see 41, you know, I can't help but think of Simmons. You think of Simmons, I don't know if anybody's been better than he was doing it.
They're even closer on this 3rd down. Well, actually, it'd be 3rd down and inches again.
See, and I like it when no discussion. You just pop in the huddle, go run the play, get it, and keep going.
Yeah.
The more you deliberate over it and think about it, the more the defense feels, well, maybe they don't feel like they can get this thing.
So 3rd and inches again here for Duke.
In the NFL, Bill Parcells, I thought, was the best at it. You know, he didn't mess around with your yard. They just went for it.
Yeah. You
know, no timeouts, no nothing. He had, trust you guys, let's go knock somebody's butt off the ball and get the first down.
Minute and a half left to go in this first half. Duke very good on 3rd down this afternoon. Of course, part of that has been they've been 3rd and short. This is 3rd and inches. And Smith will get it, surging over the pile. Thomas tries to drive him back, but move the change once more. Duke's in the red zone again.
They're too physical right in that triangle. That center and 2 guards. There's just too many cheeseburgers between those 3 to not get a yard. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Not enough cheese, huh?
I don't know, man. Those guys, milkshakes, cheeseburgers, you know, some steak. You see those guys on one of those prime rib, all you can eat prime rib deals. See, that's what you get, man, with an offensive line.
Duke has had 8 plays, 7 of them rushing plays.
Big Darrell might be sneaking out at night, stopping by, picking up little churches and Popeyes as well.
Handoff now goes to Wade, and there's not much running there. Rodney Thomas in on the tackle.
Good linebacker.
Yep. Gain of about 2.
You have to be so quick, Steve, to shoot under. He went underneath that.
And Duke has to call timeout to stop the clock with 36 seconds left to go in the half. Talking things over, looking at 2nd and 9 in Clemson's red zone. We'll be back to Wallace Wade Stadium right after this. About 36 seconds left to go here in this first half. Duke wants 6. They don't want to try a field goal. They missed their last attempt down here, 41 yards. They're at the Clemson 18-yard line. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They're up 14-7, and they want to add to that score and feel real good about themselves going into the locker room. 3 wideouts to the top. Quarterback draw. Smith but he needed 9. He gets 5 of that to the 15, and Duke has to call timeout again.
You don't realize the speed on Clemson's sideline as Smith kind of limping until it looked for a moment like this was a jailbreak. Like they had it open. See, there's the void. It looks like he has it. And then all of a sudden, there he is again, the human eraser at Rodney Thomas. He comes from all over the place, and he stops the play.
And Smith limps to the sideline here somewhat. Up to the 15-yard line, and interesting call now. 31 seconds left to go. This is the 11th play of the drive. The 9 of the 10 previous have been runs.
Right. Well, Kerry Sharp is a guy that usually in this circumstances comes up large. 5 scores. Here's a guy in the red area that can make you miss in short space. He's a guy that I would look to. Well,
they've got to try to loosen things up at 3rd down and 5. A lot of field to work with down here in the red zone. Carl Franks talking things over with his quarterback, Adam Smith.
You know, Alex Wade has really stepped up a lot in this particular drive, and not so much of Chris Douglas, you know, and these guys will have a gadget play for you now.
Well, they've already run one for a touchdown. Yep. Mike Hogwood will have all the halftime stats. We'll have highlights for you, and he'll have word from around the league, scores of other games from around the country. Join him here at halftime at Wallace Wade Stadium. Right now, 3rd down, 5, most important play of this game so far. Everybody up in tight. Fumblerooski fake, and the pitch to the corner, Landrum, and Landrum stretches ahead. But they're going to mark him down at the 11-yard line. And again, Duke's tendency to want to stay on the ground is interesting here. It gets them close to a 1st down, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, you know, they are playing to their strength, that offensive line. And you chew up some clock, and you keep Clemson's skilled people on the sideline.
It's 4th.
So it's not a bad play.
4th and a yard. And now Carl Franks calls timeout. He'll call his final timeout with 14 seconds left to go. He's got Brent Garber at his side and Chris Dapolito. But Garber's got the helmet on, and now Franks wants to talk things over and see if his team can get a yard.
Yeah, well, he's got to check and see, can his quarterback run the option?
Yeah.
Should he want to do that? I mean, right now I think it's more of a health of Adam Smith. But I sure like to see, if you're a Duke fan, you want to see him give Sharp one shot at the end zone.
Problem is, if you run the football here, you run the risk of losing most of the 14 seconds that remain on this clock, and you have no way to stop it.
Yeah, that's tough. Now our clock says about 8 seconds.
Oh boy, they've moved the clock down, didn't they?
Clock down to 8 seconds. So
8 seconds. So we'll see these Clemson Tigers move down to Chapel Hill a week from today at high noon at Keaton Stadium, and as Citgo presents ACC football. Always a great rivalry when the Tar Heels and the Tigers mix it up, and you'll see it on many of these same Jefferson Pilot sports stations. Field goal unit is on the field now for Duke. 4th down. They took 6 more seconds off the clock and wound it down to 8 seconds. That changes it considerably, because a play here and you deprive yourself of any points. This will be a 28-yard kick for Brent Garber, and he's doing it from the right hash mark. The wind, if any, might be at his back. He's been plagued by some low kicks on point afters, and this is in the same general area of the field, albeit not at the middle. Low snap. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. So the Duke Blue Devils end the half on a score. It's a field goal of 28 yards. It caps a march from their own 40-yard line, primarily on the ground. And Duke takes a 10-point lead into the locker room here at halftime, 17-7. And Brent Garber makes up for a 41-yard field goal miss just a few moments ago, and picks up the 28-yarder to finish the first half. And standing by with Carl Franks is our Mike Hogwood.
Well, Carl, you can't be too disappointed in your offense. Pretty good production there in the first half.
Well, I'm disappointed in the one chance we had to score after we got the fumble on the kickoff. We turned the guy loose on our quarterback. Had a guy blocking him. We turned him loose. Hit Adam, gave him the ball right back when you were hoping you're going to go down there and make it 21-7, but instead it's 17-7. So I'm pleased with the way we took care of the ball. Pleased with the way that we mixed up the run, the pass on them. They're blitzing us quite a bit. So Adam's done a great job job of checking.
Yeah, you really seem to be running the ball with some success and really running it off in the first half.
Oh, yeah, we've got to run the ball to be effective. We need to run it to take some of the pressure off the quarterback. And our defense has played well. They come up with some key third down plays to stop Clemson.
Finally, what are you going to tell this team in the locker room right now, up 10?
I'm going to tell them that's the way that we need to continue to play football. That's what we've talked about all week. We need to come out here like every coach is going to tell them, nothing. Let's go back. We've won one half. Let's get fired up to win a second one.
All right, headed to the locker room. That's Carl Franks, his Duke Blue Devils on top here in Durham, 17-7. We are at halftime. Back with our halftime activities in just a moment.